Okay, I'm still getting used to the Facebook recording and that. Big ups Sober G for actually watching my live video, which didn't get posted at all because I didn't have post story. So what I want to say basically is, regards to the hurricanes and everything, do you actually realize that these people may have lost their homes and may not be able to return back to their islands? So what are we going to do about it? When they come over to our shores, are we going to turn them away? Are we not going to give them a bed to lay on? When you've got your family over in whatever Caribbean island it may be, and they're coming and they need support, are you going to turn? Are you going to stop putting your Facebook post up saying, I pray for my family, I pray for those in this country, this island, that they're okay? Are you praying for them to be okay so they don't have to land on your doorstep? This is the reality of it all, you know? This is the reality of it. Are we praying for the fact that we don't want them to... We want them to be alive. We want them to be safe. But what happens when they actually land on your doorstep? Now, for me personally speaking, this whole situation regarding the hurricane, the people that's coming to the aid and supporting people and doing big things to make a difference is actually the Muslim religion. A lot of people don't actually realize that the Muslim religion is the majority. I am a Muslim. I believe in God, and I believe in the fact of like segregating each culture, religion. If someone's doing good, then let them do good. There's nothing wrong with them doing good. As I was saying, I've had to just like come into my car because it's getting kind of busy now. 6:53. Gonna have to put this in a wrap in a couple minutes. I ain't gonna do a long one. But what I want to say is, regarding the whole Muslim religion, a lot of people getting persecuted. The whole of the Muslims are getting persecuted for the fact of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, couple people doing some things that they believe is right. I ain't gonna say it's right or wrong. Who's to say it's right or wrong unless you really know the story? Now, I haven't got a corporation behind me. Unfortunately for me, I did a recording just a couple minutes ago, and it was a really powerful one. Not that I'm saying this one ain't going to be a powerful one, but the fact is, it didn't get posted because you have to have an option of pressing post public or just doing a record live, and then that's it. And so, fair enough, everything happens for a reason. I really do believe that. There was one person watching, from what I could see on on the bottom of the line, saying they were actually watching what I was putting out there. But what I'm talking about is, I'm going to put it out there and just keep it real. All of these hurricanes are causing some major destruction, whether it's man-made or it's just an act of God. End of the day, we've got to think of the reality of this. Where are these people actually going to go? Where are they going? Who's providing them homes? Are you going to provide a home to your brother, your sister, your cousin, your auntie, uncle? Do you have the space to provide them the home? Do you have the provisions to give them a home? To even let them just rest their head on your pillow in your home? Do you have that provision? Do you have it? And would you actually allow them to have it? The thing is, what you need to realize is, it's great you're posting up pictures and stuff and you're saying how you're praying for certain islands and you want them to be okay. Yeah, I know you probably do. I know you probably do want them to be okay and you want them to be safe. But the fact is, when they actually come onto our shores, are you going to help them? Are you going to speak up for them? Are you going to put Facebook lives out there? Are you going to spread social media posts out there to say, oh, I'm praying for my family member that's now sleeping on my couch, that they get a home? Now, some of you may and some of you may not. But the thing is, the media is not putting out there what's really going on. I don't even need to watch it. I don't even need to look online. I just know that the media doesn't tell you everything. Now, I'll give you a scenario, basically. With the terrorism stuff that's been going on with and that, who's the ones coming to the aid? Muslims come as a group, Christians come as segregated as individuals. And one thing that you should realize, you should not judge anyone for what they believe in. If they're not hurting or harming anyone, and even if they are, we're not supposed to be judging. But obviously, with the systems that are in place and the way they make an income, it's by judging and the prisons and locking people away sometimes. And people are innocent, sometimes people are not. But who's the one to really say who is and who isn't? But at the same time, if it never made money, there wouldn't be a prison system. There wouldn't be anything to do with locking people up. People would be running around and all of that, killing, stabbing, raping, all kinds of messed up stuff. But if there was no way they were able to profit from it, think of it like this. There wouldn't be a prison system. There wouldn't be a court system. There would be no sense of system in place where people are put on stand because they make profit from it. You have to think of it that way. But what I will say in regards to the religion and Muslims, my family's Muslim. I'm not Muslim. My mum's Christian for whatever reason. She brought us up on the Bible, me and my sisters. But at the same time, what I will say in regards to this whole subject of this matter is that when something happens where one person commits a crime, and it happens to be, unfortunately, a white person with no van, they don't put them down as a terrorist, do they? No, they don't. Why? Now, the media has a big corporation, and when they put something out, everyone believes it to a certain degree. But there was too many people to say, look, this actually happened. But then at the same time, when you look actually into it, the person that committed the crime rented a white van, and he went in and he mowed off, and unfortunately he killed one of the Muslim old men. RIP to him, you know. But at the end of the day, for that fact there, they didn't put out he was a terrorist, and then they went and interviewed the family, well, his neighbor, and the neighbor says, oh, I didn't know that he didn't like Muslims, you know, he comes to us all the time. But at the same time, they still found it really difficult to actually say he was what, a terrorist. Why is that, you know? Oh, because he's a Christian, he's not a terrorist. But if you actually do your research and look online and actually see Christians at one point in Africa were eating the Muslims and so forth, just to prove a point, and that if you Google it, you'll actually find it. You know, the internet is a powerful source. It can give you so much information, but you have to be able to differentiate fact and fiction, and what's fake news and what's real news. Because I haven't got a major corporation around me, you may not believe anything I have to say, but I'm just stating the facts. These people now are suffering from the hurricanes and stuff, and what's happening? Are we going to actually give them the support that they need if they actually land here? Or are we going to be moaning and complaining that they're claiming our benefits? Because they're going to be coming over like the Europeans when they've been in wars and stuff and natural disasters. Are we going to turn away them? Or are we going to stand and do something about it? But at the same time, I put a post out yesterday evening to spark up some kind of like effect on the people on my Facebook friends. So-called friends, as you call it, Facebook, isn't it? But at the end of the day, what I put down is, are we ready for a black prime minister? Now, one thing I'll have to say is that I did that purposely to see what the reaction would be. I got some feedback, you know, that's some thought-provoking stuff. Now, like my friend and business associate, I talked to like a mentor, Ricky Hicks, he says, food for thought. Now, that's your food for thought. What are you thinking? Huh? Are you actually thinking? Now, you could send all the posts and say, pray for my family, pray for them. But do you really genuinely mean it? If they land on your doorstep, are you going to provide them support? Now, with the whole terrorist stuff that's going on, who comes to the aid is the Muslim people that come to the aid of these people. But you don't really get that portrayed in the news. And when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people go and blow up people, is it really right to blame a majority of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? They clearly say they're doing something about it and it's not right. But then at the same time, some of them say, you know what? They're doing what they feel's right. Now, the thing is, what I will actually say is the Muslim religion is not easy to monetize, make money from, profit from, make an income from, because there's certain things they do not agree with. And the way society is and the way the powers that be, they're not able to monetize that. So therefore, that religion has to be persecuted because they can't make a profit from that. Now, you got Christians that go on about the Bible and so forth, and I know a bit more about Christianity than I do about Islam. But I will say it's Christmas. Christmas is a man-made thing, and it's a profitable thing. Easter is also a profitable thing. It's supposed to be based on religion, but it's not so much now than it was before, you know? Now, what I will say to you is to continue to make a habit out of your great habits and knock out your bad habits one by one. Stay positive, productive, and patient, and believe in achieving God. And please, if you really want to spark off some actual controversy, share this video. Find out what other people are thinking, if they feel the same way. Because, like, I may have just about to end this video, but I will say is that all of these major atrocities are happening, whether it's an act of God or it's man-made. Something needs to be done, and we need to act on it. We need to provide support for these people that no longer have a home. Are you willing to do something about it rather than just talk about it amongst your friends and post a social media feed? Are you willing to actually do something about it? Now, there's so many ways you can do stuff. You may not have any money that you to put out and give out, and you may not have clothes to donate, you may not have a bed to give, but there's so many different ways you can do it. There's a platform you can use to get your word out of there, and there's an prime example right now that I'm using is Facebook Live, you know, and this is just one of many videos that I'm putting out there. You know, the thing is with this actual video that I'm putting out right now is to spark controversy, to find and to really get into your mind and actually think to yourself that, what are we really doing? Yes, we could be doing so much more, but are we really putting the work that should be done to make a difference? Think about that and share.